Good evening and welcome to another episode of Paper Trading Millionaire. My name is Micah Heights. Today we had a fantastic day. We had a very green day. Finished just under $2,300. Let me just get it in my head. Over $2,300. I will show you that in a second. Oh, there it is up on the screen. We'll flash it up. And I'm going to take you through the trades today. Today the key was basically waiting for the retracement and then waiting for the switch, waiting for the flip. And I'm going to show you how I did that, and we'll get into the trades. So today was interesting. We have a Fed blackout, so we're not going to be hearing from any of these guys, Kashkari and anyone, Powell, anyone, saying anything and then having rates go. So we can kind of watch the market do what it does. And as usual, we just waited for the day to kind of break out here. So here's your 9:30 open, big dump off the open, and you're starting to get a base. You're forming a base around the 200. So just like a, just like freight train basically coming downhill full speed. It can't stop right at that 200. It takes a little second. So you see the base forming. You see it flattening out over here, and it's actually flattening out against the previous day. That's our previous day low. So anyway, so flattening out there, and then starts to come up. You can see the color shift, and this is where I started to take my first trade. So with the momentum and everything being green, I jumped in here. It was actually right here. I just want to be easier to see it, and waited for it to come back. It came back into this fair value gap, and so it filled the fair value gap a bit, and that's where I entered. So I entered as it started to come back up with another 10 lots. So this was 10 and then 20, and just rode it up for a bit right to the top here. The exit was right there in the corner. Whenever you're looking, my stop loss, when you see the red on a long here, the bottom of the box where my stop loss was typically. This one I set just under the 200. This was a nice $731 win. So easy to, kind of pace yourself after a big win like that and wait to see what breaks out. After that trade, there was some good opportunity. I wish this would have been a little bit lower because I would have been able to call that W a little bit better. But you can see, zooming out a little bit here. That's a nice little punch up here as well. Could have played off that 50, could have played off that 50 again. So you have a stack of the 50, the 250, and the 1,000 EMA, and this is representing, like I said, the 50 EMA on the 5 minute and the 200 on the 5 minute right there. But yeah, you got one bounce, you got two bounce. So once you had that recheck here, we could have entered on green and just rode this guy up. And of course, I sat on the sidelines a bit too long, so I didn't take this trade. 10:30, you can see me entering 20 lots. It's coming up, it's coming down, it's coming up. And I was up at one point a little bit. I was up a little bit, and then exited right here. Right at the, just a little bit actually. I can bring this up right here. This was actually a 20 lot trade. So I exited right there for 117. And of course, a little bit later, boom, you can see this liquidity grab and then back up. I was long here, but this red line was freaking me out a little bit. So this is your trend tracer. I just wasn't comfortable trading against it. It just, didn't feel right. We couldn't get enough momentum, and just hanging around a little bit longer would have done me well. You can see that I entered again here. This was another tight little trade that we took from here and doubled in and then got out right there, right at the top, right here. Sold on this candle. I don't know why that's over there. This candle and 33,572. So right here, right there. So an enter here, doubling down as it came down and up again. So came into it again and just took my 135 back and got out. So that was another 40 lot trade. Nothing spectacular to look at. And I don't know why, but all this indecision. Let's take a look at there it is. So when you're looking at this this oscillator, okay, whenever you see these red clouds and you can see it goes from more transparent to opaque, it means you're going to start getting a movement the other way. But this market just wants to move, and you can see it's kind of oversold here. It's overbought. Sorry. Get ready for the downside. The clouds coming up, and then it's just toggling back and forth as it's just making higher highs. So I was expecting it to come back. You just never know where that is. And when you click through this oscillator, you rarely see that kind of sputtering. Like, look at that. Very rarely. Even look, you don't see it. Okay, look, there's a little bit of it, but that's quite choppy, right? So take a look at this price action again over here, and look at that. Like, just, so I was getting ready for downside. So took a short here, as you can see. Let's zoom in on this. There we go. Took a short here, and it just didn't happen. It just came right against me. 20 lots. It was a $1,504 loss. And I was just going to play to the 50. So it didn't even get there. I was, I took my loss. I took my loss here. And, quickly watching momentum, even though this was happening and for the length of time, the price action was saying that it still wanted to run. So the fact that it was down and came up strong, I lost that money. And it came down a little bit, and just, you could see the price action was just pushing up. I entered here, came up, came down, doubled in again, and I got it at the top here for $788. So made back a chunk of this right here. Was it revenge trading? A little bit. It was in this reversal zone, this cloud, but the momentum was moving, and so that's why it was a really short leash, just because the momentum was pumping away. Okay, this is. There we go. This was my next trade. This was a short, and on this short we made 1126. Entering the short here, came up against me. I averaged it again. Now, these reversal zones are typically so accurate, and that's why I was in with 40, because after it pumped through here. So see, I ran this here, and it continued to pump. So once we had this little push up here, I said, okay, that's quite the move. This move in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, we had a 141 point move, $141 move, and well into this reversal zone early. So 5 minutes ago, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes in the reversal zone, I figured it had to come out. It wasn't going to keep climbing the top of that reversal zone. It rarely ever does. I never see that happen with this indicator, and that's why I have it on my chart. So 40 lots, it's like 4 contracts. Boom, 40 lots again, doubled in again when it came to the top, and just had to wait it out. And I only had to wait it out to here. So average in here, so 40 there, 40 there. My average probably in the middle here, and so I wrote it down to this point here, and that was a quick $1,128. Now, when that happened, I knew it wasn't over. So on this one, I actually shorted again another 40 contracts from here to here, and that was another 604. So 2 big wins, and now we're cruising. So now we're back up. We're back up our 788 or so, or probably a little bit more now. We're back up our first trade. So we were even, 7, even there, 7, lost 15, even. And so now we're up $1,700 on the day after that short. And now I was looking for more shorting opportunities. So this guy came down into the 50 EMA, and you can see now I'm looking for the pivot. Okay, hard to call the pivot, because it did come out and push right back up here, and I just waited. So I could see a base forming. We're getting red, purple candles, very simple. See the base coming down here, and then I entered. Okay, it wasn't oversold, but it was getting there. Like, you see the ribbons thinner, it's about to cross. I entered because they weren't pushing it back up. Like, spending all the time on this 50 EMA and not getting a bounce, I figured it was coming down. So I entered small, I entered 10 lots. So enter 10 lots, it's not going to get out of hand on me, right? So I enter 10 lots, it comes up to the top of the range, comes down again, comes up, and then I average in again because they're not able to push this thing up. It's still red, okay? Comes right to the top, and I see a liquidity grab. When I saw the liquidity grab, I was like, okay, let's go short just in case I'm wrong. We're going to wait for some more security. Got a big red candle, engulfed everything before it here. And then a doji, well, not a doji, but, a smaller candle. And then it's going red more so. So up into the 50, with the rejection off to 50, I took another 10 and just played it to here. I could have carried that a little bit further. I could have carried that for another, so I could have carried 3 contracts or 30 lots basically for another $58, right? That win, so our average is here, a little bit down there. That was $25. So I could have $645, $1,800 drop was incoming, but I was happy with that. That's $2,300. So I was up $1,700 here. We were flat. So there's your $1,700 plus another $645 on the last trade. And that was it for the day. Did I take another one here? It looks like I took another one that was just flattish, just whatever. I said, what are you doing? Make your video and be done with it. So really, really easy day. This Lux Algo set with price structures, like you can't see them now because the day's gone, but let me just scroll over here. You can see the market structure here. You can see 188 contracts, 24% of this internal kind of shot, right, where all the contracts are. 38% down here, discount zone, premium zone. So you're looking for these areas, and they're spread out nicely, and you see one here, you're going to take it long once you see the candle shift color. And so you're getting good signals. This one was obvious too in the red, taking it right down to 200. Even here, like, look at this. It breaks this 50, boom, the 250. So with the 50 on the 5 minute, and then retests it. Rejection, Santa candle, off you go. Liquidity grab was a little scary because sometimes they fire back up, but other than that, right down. Like these are big moves. Like this, playing this 250 to the 1,000, like that's $163 move. Like, oh my goodness, what a day. So anyways, another good day. We'll take it. We're gonna go at them again tomorrow morning, see how we do. But yeah, this has been last 10 plus 25,000 in profits since December 29th. So really happy with this Lux Algo. I'm really happy that I switched. I had so many custom indicators. Lux Algo doesn't pay me, by the way. I don't get a free nothing from them. But the indicator is fantastic. Like I have not had a losing day since December 29th with this. So if you like it, try it out. Other than that, hope you guys have a great day and hope they're green. We'll talk to you soon.